All right, so now for making our navbar and tab bar dynamic, first we'll work on navbar. So here we have this name of the application and then this right section. So what we will do here, we are going to use this section, this fresh wage card, the name of the application. This is going to be dynamic. That means it will be provided by the page, whatever page we are rendering right now. Okay, so for this we will simply have a placeholder here using section outlet. We'll provide a section name, let's say page title. Okay, now this is just a placeholder. Let's get rid of this thing and we'll add this using namespace. Okay, now we need to provide body for this from the internal page. So we'll go to the home page, for example, and home page we will simply say section content. So the section outlet sets a placeholder and section content provides value to that placeholder. And to map these together, we need to use either section name or section ID. So we are using section name page title. So it should match with this section name page title. And inside this, whatever we will put, it is going to be rendered here. All right. We are good. Let's remove these sections from here and let's add all these namespaces to the imports.razor so that we don't have to use these again and again on all the pages. Save, and now we are good. Now the main page title is dynamic. Now this section, this right section, for this also what we should do what we can do actually, we can have, let's say, a div, can have some class. We'll say div class, let's say toolbar items, something like this. Here we'll say display flex, justify content. We can simply leave it, no need to set justify content. We just set align items to center so that these are vertically centered, and then we will have a gap among these items. Whatever toolbar items we add in this, we need a gap of, let's say, 2 or 3. And inside this we are going to have one more section outlet. We'll say section name equals toolbar items. If we'll provide it, it will be rendered. If we do not provide it, nothing is going to be rendered here. All right, looks like we are good. We have made our navbar dynamic and we are using this on home page like this. Cool. Cool. We can quickly try it out if we want to. Right now, our tab bar, we can't navigate from one page to another right now because we have not set up our pages yet. So let's quickly set the pages up. Tab bar, if we see, we have home page, which we already have. After that, we need a cart page. So inside this pages folder only, I'm going to create a new razor component. Let's say cart page, and then I'm going to say orders page, add razor component, orders page. After orders, what else we have? We have profile and we have help. Let's add 2 more pages, profile page and help page. All right, let's quickly set the URL route. So at the rate page slash, this is help, then home is fine, orders page. Here we'll say at the rate page slash orders, profile we'll say at the rate page slash profile, Then we have cart @page slash cart. And then the counter page and weather page, we are going to delete these two pages because we don't need these. These were there when we created empty project. All right. So now we have all these routes set up. On home page, we set this thing, this section content for page title, fresh wage cart. Let's quickly do this on all the pages. So this is cart page. Here we'll say my cart, help. Here we'll say copy, paste, help. Then home we already have orders page. Let's say my orders. Then we have profile page. Here we'll say my profile. Save everything. And I guess we are good. Now let's go to Tabbar. And here we are going to navigate whenever we'll click on any of these items. Now the HTML and everything is almost similar. The text is different, the icon is different, and the click handler is going to be different. So what I am going to do, I am going to simply have these as a part of some collection here. So we can maybe create a private, let's say struct. We'll simply say menu item, private record struct. Let's do this menu item, and here we are going to have string label. Then we'll say string icon. Then we are going to say an action on tap or on click. We can name it whatever we want. So this is going to be a type. And then we are going to define our menu items here. So we'll say private static menu items array underscore menu items equals. Now we can define all our menu items here. Now what these are going to be, we'll say new label. For example, let's see what is the first one, home bx home. So we'll say label is home, icon is bx home. Then we have action. We'll say on tap of this, we'll say tab, not tab, navigation manager. Let's inject this navigation manager here, and we'll name it navigation manager only. Navigation manager dot navigate to navigation manager. Oh, this is static, we can't access it. And this is direct, what we call it, variable assignment. We can't access that navigation manager here as well. So instead, what we need to do, we'll simply cut this. We'll have a default value like this. Then we'll override on initialized method. And in here, we are going to provide body for this. We'll say underscore menu items. Underscore menu items equals this thing. And now we can access navigation manager. Happened. Okay, let's do this. Let's create a method here. So we'll say private void navigate to string URL. Here we are going to use our navigation manager dot. What is the problem? Oh my god, @inject. It should be @inject. My bad. Okay, but this looks fine. Navigation manager dot navigate to, and we are going to have this URL. Then in here we'll say navigate to, and for home we are going to navigate to slash, right, comma. Then let's add these things. Happened here. expected. Oh, sorry, my bad. One more closing braces. All right, save it. Then next one is going to be cart, bx cart. So we are going to have cart, icon is bx cart, navigate to slash cart. Then next is orders, navigate to slash orders, and the icon is going to be this bx objects horizontal left. After that we have profile, bx user, navigate to slash profile. Then we have this help, text help, navigate to slash help, and the icon is going to be this help circle. Save it. Now let's quickly use this. So instead of having these things like this, we'll simply copy one of these. I am going to comment these out for now, then I'll going to remove these. Here we'll say for each var menu in underscore menu items, and then this div here icon, it would be menu dot icon. Home, this is going to be at the rate menu dot label, and then on top of it, that means on this div click, we'll say at the rate click, at the rate on click is happening, at the rate on click, we are going to call menu dot on tap, just like this. Save it, and now we will be good. Now there is one more thing. If you remember, we set this text app primary. Okay, first let's do this. Let's first check this if this thing is working. The main tab bar's text is working. Navbar's text is working. In tab bar, we can see these and we can navigate. Cool. Then we are going to work on that active menu item, active tab item related stuff. Let's quickly run this. Alright, so app is here. Right now, if you see orders, there is some problem with orders. There is no icon, and all these are in selected state. That means this text app primary, it should be text secondary only. And then what is the problem with this bx? Okay, single bx. After that, if we tap on any of this my cart, you see on the top we have my cart, we have orders, we have profile. The text is changing, and this is redirecting to the new page, so we can see these things. So that means that section outlet and section content, that is working. These tabs are working. We can tap on these. Okay, we fixed this icon issue, and we fixed these default selected. Now we need to work on the selection. So now for the current selected item, we are going to have some state here. So we'll say private, let's say string, and we need to have some unique ID from here. It could be name or it could be icon. Yeah, page name would be fine. So we'll say private string selected page. By default, home is going to be selected. Now if we have this home here, then we will have something else as well, or maybe we can handle this using this URL route. Yeah, we should have this using this URL route selection. We'll see if that does not work, then we'll move to something else, but for now we are good. So here what we are going to do, let's have a static class here. I'll say private static class, say page URLs or page routes. Something is not right. You see the color. Classic Visual Studio issues. So inside this static page routes class, we are going to have const public const string home equals slash. Let me make a copy of this. Then we are going to have cart orders profile and then help. Okay. Then selected page will have this home from this page routes. We'll say page routes.home. This is the current selected page. Now for these things also navigate to, let's change these only. So we'll say this thing art and orders and profile and then help. And here let's set these. So cart orders profile and help. Cool. Now whenever we are changing it from here using this navigate to, we should change this the selected page as well. But then there is going to be a problem when we navigate through tapping these. We have back button as well. So if we press back button, it will go to the previous page. But in that case, this navigate to, this method is not going to be called. So we need some other mechanism by which we will know that right now we have changed this URL route. So for this, on the navigation manager, we can actually have one event. I don't know if it will run. So in this on initialized, what we can do on this navigation manager, and this is not working. Let me close the Visual Studio and open it again. Alright, I reopened Visual Studio and now we can see the colors. So the IntelliSense will work now. But format is not working. Alright, so here on the navigation manager, we have a location changed event plus equals, if we check location changed this event, it has an event handler of location changed event arguments. We can define a method, let's say on location changed. We can define this method here. We'll say private void on location changed, and this is going to be the event argument. Save it. Now here we have e.location, which is the new location. Okay, so using this we can know what page route we have. We are going to have other routes as well. We are going to have other routes as well, but for those other routes, should we have something selected or not in that case? Let's do this. We will see how we are going to handle those. But here we can simply say selected page equals e.location. Okay, and after doing this, we need to tell it that something has changed. So we'll say invoke async state has changed for this one, and you need to use this selected page to set the selected menu item. All right, so here what we'll do, here we'll say if, so let's say var text class, or let's say active class, something like this. Here we'll say menu dot. We don't have URL directly as a part of this, right? We have these URLs. So here in this menu item, we should have URL as well. We'll say string URL. Now inside, we need to use this thing as the third parameter so that we can verify, we can check. Home, this is cart, happened. Page routes dot cart. No suggestions. Page route belongs to this only, right? Should have this cart. Then here we need to have orders, profile, help. Save. And now here we can check menu dot URL. And again, IntelliSense is not working. But so active class will say if menu dot URL equals selected page. If this is the case, we know this item is selected, so we'll say text app primary. If that's not the case, we'll have text secondary. Okay, active class, we will add it here at the rate active. And now it should work. We have added this event handler, so it's better to release it. So here what we'll do in this thing, we'll say this page implements iDisposable, and in this code section we just need to implement the interface. So we'll say public void dispose, and in here we'll say navigation manager dot location change minus equals on location change. So we are just removing the event handler. Save it. And now I reopen the Visual Studio, right? So we need to set the dev tunnel. So I selected this API project. Then we'll go here. Right now, if you see, no active tunnel because we closed the Visual Studio and opened it again. We need to select it. So fresh wedge cart -YT. This is the one. We'll select it. Then we can simply start it without debugging. Let it start. Then we'll choose the MAUI project and we'll run it. Okay, it's running. Now let's again go back to MAUI project. Let's select, and this is another problem. Sometimes it does not detect my physical device. Let's see if it is able to get it now. Yes, now I'm going to run it in non-debugging mode. Let's see if this is able to pick up. Oh, close and start again. Wiser. Now we can. All right, let it build and start. And we have an error, no overload for matches event handler, and we are using this event handler. So we need to have our object sender. Save, run. Okay, we are here and we can see home is selected, all others are not selected. Now let's try to go to, let's say, orders. We are on orders page, but this did not get selected. Why? Let's try. I'm adding a breakpoint here. Let me try to change it. Profile. Location changed is not getting triggered. Location changed. Why it is not getting triggered? Hmm. Let's see. Am I missing something? Uh, Blazor hybrid navigation manager location changed. Microsoft Learn, Blazor hybrid navigation, Control F, location, mhm, C sharp, what it is saying. A window location changed. Is this very old? No, this is fairly new. On location changing. Navigation manager register location changing, but it should work with change. Okay, let's do this. Just Blazor navigation manager. Official documentation, please. Location changed. Microsoft. Blazor routing, navigation manager location changed. Location changed event arcs. It's fine. Navigation location has changed. Here we are. Location changed. Location is navigation intercepted. Navigation manager dot navigate to. This is fine. On initialized, location changed. Object sender. This looks fine. Navigation manager, navigation dot location changed. Location changed event arguments. That's all what we are using. On location changed, on location changed, location changed. Yes. Protected, override. Everything looks fine here. Oh, my bad. I'm not running it in debugging mode. Oh my god. Sorry for this time wastage. Okay, now I'm running. Let's see what is the issue now. Earlier I used to hate MAUI XAML. I was very in love with this Blazor approach, but now with this hot reload is not working with XAML. It is thousand times better. It is instant. Alright, let's try to click on cart. I clicked on this cart, it came here. Now if we see e.location, what is this? Disable hot reload. Okay, no problem. Oh, this is the entire URL. That's the problem. My bad. So here on this location, what else can we have? Let's say maybe navigation. We'll say e.location dot replace. From here, we'll simply get the navigation manager dot base URI. We are going to replace this base URI with blank so that it removes the initial part. Okay, and then we'll have selected page at. We should rename the selected page to selected page URL. That would make more sense, right? Rename selected page URL. Right. Save it. Let's run it again. What it is doing now, e.location is that http 001/cart. This thing would be http 001. So we are replacing that with blank, and then we'll have this e location, this selected page URL set to the /cart. Alright, app is here. Let's try cart. We are here. Let's try selected page URL. We have cart, and again we have a problem. This base URI has the slash part which is going to be replaced. So selected page URL is just cart without slash. So what we should do, we should add slash here. It will not work this time. We just need to add slash here, and now it should work. Now again, auto reload will not work. We just need to restart. We don't have any other choice. Alright, the app is here. Let's try cart. Continue. And we can see the cart is selected. Let's remove this breakpoint now. Orders, profile, help, cart, orders, home. Do you see? Things are working now. Page is changing. Main page header is changing. And the active class on this thing is also changing. You see? Cool. Now we will do one more thing actually. I have seen different icons for this. So right now we have these default icons. But whenever we are selecting it on home page, this hello world, this is selected. We see this thing, this line. This is the selection which comes from the routes.razor. Focus on navigate, selector H1. Let's set it to null. We don't want to add selection focus on any of the items. Okay, so what I was saying, yeah, in box icons, we have different icons. So for example, let's say for home, right now we are using this home icon, but we can use this home when it is selected. So it is BXBXS home. This one was home, just home BX, and this is BXS. S stands for solid. If you zoom it, BXS, this S stands for solid. After this, we had a cart icon, right? So for cart, we are using cart, this icon, and then we have this cart BXS cart. Okay. Then for profile, we are using user. Where is the user? User, just user. This is the user. And for the selected one, this is BXS user. Okay. We can see the pattern here. We just need to add S. Then we have help icon, right? So help circle, BX help circle, and for this BXS help circle. All right. And what was that order? This one. Let's see if we have solid version of this as well. If I do this, BX object horizontal left. How to search for it? What did I search? It was this one, right? BX object horizontal left. Yes. We also have this X S. Yeah. Great. So we can just add S if that current thing is selected. Let's quickly go to Visual Studio. And here, menu items, in this menu, what we can do, from here, we'll simply remove this BX or BXS. We'll add it dynamically. Okay. So here, when we are setting the icon, this thing, here we will set BX hyphen, and then it should be BX or BXS. It will be dynamic. Okay. So here, what we can do, say var icon class prefix. Call it this. By default, it will be bx. Same thing we'll do like this. Active class, right? Active class var active class equals text secondary. Then we are going to have this if check. If this is the case, then we are going to modify this. So icon class prefix, we'll have it as bxs, and this active class we are going to have it as text app primary, this thing. Then we will remove this line. Okay, so that we just have both of these checks in a single line, single if check. And the format is not working. Why it is not working, I have no idea. Save it. Now we will use this active class. We are already using icon class prefix. This we'll use here. At the rate icon class prefix hyphen menu dot icon. Now with this, we should have the desired output. Let's quickly try. I missed something. What is that something? These semicolons. Run. Okay, we are here. Let's try now. This icon is different now. Do this. Yes. You see? Now we have these solid icons. If this is item is selected, we have solid. You see, back is also working. If I'm pressing back button, it is going to the previous page. We can see the header changing. We can see the menu item changing. Cool. So I think with this thing, we are good. We have made the navbar dynamic. We have made the tab bar dynamic. Now we are good to start working on actual pages. Alright, so first we'll work on home page. Let's clean this up. Now we don't need this. We can get rid of this thing. And maybe before that we have styles everywhere, right? We have these styles here. Let's move these styles to separate scoped files. On main layout, we have this main content. Let's cut this thing. Go to the main layout.razor.cs, add it here, and from here just remove this style. Then for navbar, we are going to create a new CSS file here in this layout. We'll say navbar.razor.css. Same thing we'll do with tabbar.razor. We'll say tabbar.razor.css. From navbar.razor, we are going to cut this style and add this in navbar.razor.css. Same thing for tabbar. You get all these styles, cut and paste. Save everything. Cool. Now let's quickly try it one more time. Alright, app is loading up. Cool. Change this. Things are still working the same as before.